Hey guys, so in this lesson, I just want to show you here a way for us to be able to install Laravel and then afterwards run make auth or an authentication. I think it's a package from where it will be allowing you to, or Laravel will be creating authentication features for your application. So right now, let me just go first try to go to our terminal here. And the first thing that we would want to run here, currently I haven't yet installed Composer globally, so I'll be running each of these scripts here. Just go to getcomposer.org and I'm going to run these scripts inside of this directory make auth for me to be able to go and maximize the use of Composer, which is a dependency package manager, I believe, for PHP. And I'm just running through the process of installing it in the current directory. So you would see while we're here, you can download it and set it up on your path environment so that you will just be calling it using the composer here. But in my case, I'm just going to be working with the current directory here, so just as another version of how you can try to use composer. And right now I'm going to install Laravel in my machine using this command, right? So what I have to do, if I installed Composer, I'm going to be using composer.var, which is the command that is used for us to be able to go and access Composer. So we can see here Composer, create project, Laravel, then test auth exercised here. So this will be creating our Laravel project, and you would see here it's installing some of the things that we will need. We'll have a lot of folders installed in our new application directory here. So that's the name of the application that I'm working on right now, the test auth. So that's just going to run a little bit. Some things that we would want to take note here will be this will be running with a development server. Just take note, I'm currently running an older version of PHP in my machine. I haven't yet updated it. That's why I wasn't able to install Laravel 9. And I'm working with Laravel 8 because of my PHP version. So some of the things that you would want to go and check when you're working with, let me just go to cd test auth. You have to make sure that you're inside of the directory in your terminal if you will be working with the application that you will be building in with the use of Laravel. And right now, just to show you PHP artisan version, it's 8.83.25. That's the Laravel framework that I'm using. PHP-V, it's 7.4.6. That's why I wasn't able to install Laravel 9. And I'm going to update that sometime in the future. Another thing that we will need is Node.js. So Node-V, I'm using version 16.17.0. Now, the thing here, if you try to go and, let me just control L here. Let's try to run PHP, let's see. I would want to run PHP artisan. This should be sending us some information about the different commands that are available. So available commands are just mostly general commands that you will be running single, or you'll be using it without any combination. The rest here, you'll see that we have some combination of key and value here. Similar with there's this some sort of a key and then a value. And you would see there's no make auth here. I encountered that issue. That's why I did some research on how to go and create an authentication feature for the Laravel project that we will be working on. So the first thing that I would want to show you guys is PHP artisan serve, which is the command that will be allowing us to go and where is that command? This is going to be running the development server that will be built in or that ships together with Laravel. So if we try to run this should be running a development server for us. And if you go and follow that link, you would see, guys, that we should now have that Laravel here. And where do we find this? And you would see here we have Laravel version 8.83.25, PHP version 7.4.6. And if I go to the directories that we have here, we should be able to find where that is coming from this welcome doc here. And if you try to go and search for that SVG file here, that's actually, I've already done some research on this, and I'm just going to call this RBSL gaming site or gamer. I'm just going to change that just to show you that we will be able to utilize this for changing the HTMLs that are going to be rendered, which will be found here on the views folder that we have. And let me just go and call that, let's have that as an H1, just to show you guys that this is going to be displayed on our development server here. Color white. And if we go back to our browser, that should be changing that now. We have the RBSL gamer here. Now, the next thing that I would want to do here before I go on with other things is to be able to go and have, so I'm running my server here on my terminal here, but I can also go and try to go to my directory here, to the test auth. I'm going to run this on my CMD just so that I won't need to delete my or close my I don't want to close my terminal here, or you can just go open a new terminal if you want, split terminal like this one, or create a new terminal like this one. But in this case, I'm just going to go work here. There's a feature of Laravel from where it will be allowing you to run make auth. This is for older versions, so if you try to go and try to run this, you would see it's saying make auth is not defined. So work around with this. I've done some reading already in Stack Overflow so that I can find work around with this scenario. So it says in some of the information that I was able to read in Stack Overflow that we need to go and run page composer, and we will need to go and require Laravel UI. So that's what we're going to do here. PHP, we know that composer is not located in my, it's not running in my machine globally, so I'll have to type the full path here just to give you an idea if ever you will be working with Laravel and you don't want to install it, or you don't want to install Composer globally. So let's have test auth here, and then we only need a composer.par. Then we will be requiring Laravel UI, and if we try to run this should be working for us, and it's trying to install the latest version of the Laravel UIs, or UI version 4.02. And now another thing that we need to run is PHP artisan UI view and auth for us to be able, just one thing to take note of you'll find we don't have any login authentication yet here on our browser. But with this command, this will be allowing us to go and add some more files in our view folder. So let's try to run this. This is going to be the workaround if you're working with Laravel 6 and up, if I'm not making a mistake. So you would see now we have this homeblade.php, we have this authentication password login, register blade. So this is what's the cool thing about Laravel here. It will be giving us that option to be able to go and create an authentication page and feature in our application and registration here that quickly. Okay, so perhaps we will need to go and apply some aesthetics to it, but that's how we can go and try to work around with the issue of not being able to find that make auth if you encountered that issue. That's just the solution for that problem. Okay,